In CWL, Town Hall 15 can be a challenge for players who aren't Town Hall 15. So let's help you get a consistent 2-star against a Town Hall 15 with these 3 armies, regardless if you are Town Hall 12, Town Hall 13, or Town Hall 14. Now, each of these armies utilize the Super Archer Blimp even after the Siege Machine rework. The spell towers are often the biggest worry for most players, me included. To ease that, let's go through how to deal with each spell tower. Starting with Rage, it is the easiest to deal with since it doesn't apply anything to the Super Archers. The invisibility is slightly easier for them since it can either help or be a general nuisance. You want to make sure though, if the invisibility spell tower is close to the Town Hall, you want to get the Blimp as close to the spell tower as possible so you're able to remove the Town Hall and other structures once that invisibility spell wears off. The Poison spell tower is by far the scariest. However, you can still use the Super Archer Blimp against it since the Poison has a little hop animation before it is thrown, or a slight delay of 1 second. So you want to land your Blimp right after it does that 1 hop, so you're able to have enough time to use your Super Archer Blimp before it is ever thrown once. So starting with you Town Hall 12 players, this is a really difficult matchup. However, you can still get a pretty decently high 2-star by using Electro Dragons and not spamming them in. So I'd recommend starting off with 5 balloons and then a Grand Warden with the Blimp. This will allow you to delay the Warden ability just enough so you can use that battle Blimp. Of course, you want to use an invisibility spell when you find a place to land. Once your Super Archers start firing, drop your clone spells, use another invisibility, a rage, and then start timing your invisibility spells every 4 seconds. This is going to get you the most amount of percentage and value off of the base. So make sure that you're looking to land on some sort of building so you can more than likely not hit the giant bomb and 2 small bombs. Everything else is really going to be about percentage and your heroes getting as much of that as you can. So this is where usually if you're dealing with an enemy CC, you want to use the Ice Golems to your advantage and the Baby Dragon to your advantage to hopefully get them to go in the right direction. I'd recommend doing this similar to any sort of Super Barch. Try to focus in on key defenses if you can with the heroes. While your Edrags, on the other hand, you can use ever so sparingly to get chain value. This is really important. Be careful of scatter shots, sweepers, and air defenses since they're going to be covering those spots where chain might be really, really good. So you want to make sure that you are being aware of those things while you are using this strategy. Otherwise, you just want to find areas of really nice chain that your Edrags can get, and this can make up big time. You don't want to also forget those buildings that are just out of range or they don't have any defenses around them that you can use stuff like minions to clear. This is a pretty consistent way that I've seen to use the Electro Dragons rather than spamming them. Since spamming them, they get into the Town Hall Poison and then they start to thin out afterwards. So instead of doing that, surgically placing them around the base should get you about over 50%, and you still have other things such as archers and minions to clear multiple other structures, which can really help you a lot. And even if there's not that much chain, you can still remove multiple other structures or even get lucky and have the lightning take care of other buildings. But as long as you have stuff like minions and stuff, you can actually clear some of those other buildings out, getting you a decently high percentage. Now for you Town Hall 13 players, the Super Barch can also work here for Town Hall 13 for a 2-star against the Town Hall 15. You mainly want to make sure that you're starting with 8 balloons, but using the Grand Warden with them and the Battle Blimp. This is going to delay the use of the Grand Warden ability, allowing your Blimp to go deeper. What you want to make sure that you're doing though is landing your Blimp and using an invisibility. Start timing your invisibility spells every 4 seconds after you drop the clone spells and the rage. Dealing with double invisibility spell towers are really easy for Super Archers since once they hit that Town Hall once, they're both going to go off. If there is a poison spell tower instead of another invis, you can always go in towards the invisibility spell tower and avoid the poison altogether. you're really just going to go for percentage. This strategy is all about the percentage. So super barbarians are really good at clearing out a funnel, clearing out structures, since they're basically underneath rage, which really helps them a lot. So this allows you to bring ice golems and the use of the apprentice warden, which will really help your heroes in comparison to Town Hall 12, where you can't get it. You just really want to make sure that you are using the super barbarians around the base, usually to help your heroes get in, and of course percentage. It's really important. But this is really strong as long as you are patiently timing the use of the wall breakers, which can help your heroes a lot. It is a little bit more daunting, but it can still work really, really well. You still also have the Royal Champion, which can help you get more percentage, of course. It's really important that you are using the Royal Champion towards the back end with the use of the Super Barch, so she can clear other defenses, while your Super Barbarians are kind of busy clearing out multiple other structures. And this is what's going to help you really get closer to a 70% 2-star. The Super Barbarians are really, really good, and this strategy can do surprisingly well for you. And this just allows you to get a lot off of the base, and it makes it so much easier for you when it comes down to percentage. Getting around to 72, having a super or having an archer to kind of clear out any other structures outside of range of other defenses, and that can really help you a lot for a 2-star. And of course, we can't forget about Town Hall 14. You guys have it extremely easy. The other 2 attacks I mentioned can also work, but of course, you've got the Electro Titan. You're going to be using a couple groups of balloons, similar to how I've explained everywhere else, alongside the Grand Warren ability and the Battle Blimp. In case you're seeing a poison spell tower, like I mentioned, go towards the invisibility spell tower. This is a really, really easy way to get a large amount of value, and timing your invisibility spells every 4 seconds while having the double clone and the rage is going to help. Otherwise, this is a really easy way to get a lot of percentage off of the base, which is typically what you're doing for any mismatch. You're not going for a lot of value per se, but you're going more so for the percentages, which can really, really do a lot. Otherwise, you just really want to make sure that you are then allowing your heroes to go in the right direction, typically going in for a scatter shot, monolith if you missed it, the eagle artillery. Those are things that are going to be incredibly important to you. What is nice about this strategy is this is one of the very few ways to deal with the enemy CC. This is where you can deal with a super minion CC, as an example, with just the Electro Titans. Your Barbarian King can go on and do his own thing, usually creating more of a funnel and getting more percentage from the base. Other than this, you're just going to allow your heroes to really do their own thing, allow the Titans to do their own thing with the healers included with them, and you also have that Royal Champion that you can really use on the back end to help get even more of it down. So it is incredibly important that you are just using every aspect of this, which you will be able to get a 50% or more 2-star with this strategy. It's pretty guaranteed, since it's Titans. Titans are more than likely going to get you that anyways. And the Super Archer Blimp with the Titans is a very, very good strategy to get 2-stars with. As long as you bring in some other additional troops after your Archer Queen dies, it'll give you a lot more of that percentage to work with, especially something such as around a 70%, which can do a lot for you. So it's really making sure to have some of those smaller troops and making sure to scout. So hopefully you can clear out multiple buildings, but as long as you get around a 50% 2-star, you're completely fine. Percentage can matter a lot, so getting a higher percentage 2-star is going to help you in terms of making sure to have success in CWL. Hopefully this helps you get a consistent 2-star against Town Hall 15s with these mismatch armies. If you're looking for the best Town Hall 12, Town Hall 13, or Town Hall 14 armies, make sure to check out one of these, and I'll be seeing you there.